Oh, we can access the ship here. Let's see. Let's see how that goes. I've never done that. Oh, look at that. We can... Yeah, let's try that. Can we land here? Come on. Can't we land here? What can we do? Characters, maps, ship management. Don't have ship management. Journal. Options, character. We need to discover these first, I guess, and then we can land there.
Sure.
Let's go back into this. Ship, I'm saved.
I'll handle this.
Yeah, it looks at you like a drowning man would look at dry land. Weeks I've been stranded here. The Walian Trading Company sends no one unless... Squints at you, dabbing his brow feverishly with a corner of the rag. Stranded. This is a settled island. By whose standard do you call this settled? Well, I'm in... Anxious swallow, he glances over his shoulder at the sleepy ramshackle village. His gaze darts from the grass... One grass-thatched hut to another, as if expecting some unspeakable horror to emerge. And we've got weather now. We didn't have that last time. Rational or stoic? Follow his gaze. See what he's looking at. Yeah, we're gonna play stoic. He isn't fixating on anything in particular, but his eyes widen with unease. Whenever one of the island Omar draw near, he flinches and clears his throat. I only tarry here because my shipmates went to Kohara to search for luminous Ardra. Brushes an insect off his sleeve. I worry that Ruanu, the local chieftain, gave Captain Bezar and my crewmates a false lead. He nods the rag in his hands, pulling it taut. Why would he do that? Why would I go bobbing for reason in shark-infested waters? Waves his rag like a handkerchief. Ranu was last to speak with the captain before she set sail. He squats in the hut northeast of that pitiful market. He nods toward the gutted hull of a ship. I would have joined her, but my stomach. Something did not agree. Now it is weeks since they should have returned. I'm only the galley cook, not a search party. Here's hoping your crew makes it back. The company would front the coin for a search party if someone competent stuck their neck out. He sighs, draping the rag over his shoulder. What has you so on the edge? When we landed on Tikiwara, the chieftain gave us a welcome fit for the dukes. We feasted, danced, drank, and slept only so we could feast, dance, and drink more. Ghost of a smile flits across his face. Is that honest? You were awfully busy for a man claiming to be ill. Yeah, that's... But where did it go wrong? With the priest, Anaharu. He said we had come to rob and plunder. He and Nairi turned the villagers against us. Wipes a fresh rivulet of sweat from his temple. After that we slept on the boat and took turns watching the shore, except for me. To rest and recover, of course. In the early hours, our lookout saw Ruanu and Anaharu disappear together. Where did they go? I'm not sure. I'm sure I don't know. All I heard was that they left the village, and by the afternoon only Ruanu returned. Now no one here will even talk of Anaharu. Suspicious, no? Perspiration gleams on his forehead. The captain was eager to leave before the winds changed again. Oh, and look at that. The weather changed. You mentioned Nairi. The priestess, she imagines me in the jaws of her fish goddess. I know it. Fans himself even more rapidly. She lurks in the shrine next to that awful statue. I cannot stand her wicked looks, but if she does not scare you, then maybe you talk to her. Well, farewell then. Must watch the supplies at the trading post. You will come to check on me, yes? Yeah, we will. Let's look. What did the update do? Quit your chopping. I have no fish for you. Full tides. The fisherman lowers his head in greeting and wipes his hands on his sarong. It's mottled with fish guts. He doesn't meet your gaze. Well, those Lagofath caged. Himwehi and the other Mataru found them. They explore the island. He looks at the creatures with mingled trepidation and disgust. They bare their teeth in response, flies buzzing around their clouded, gunky eyes, the dull patches on their scales. Said maybe we train them to build, and if the soil and the sea are misses there, then we eat them. He shrugs, scratching at his incurved belly. What can you tell me about Tikawara? The high tide is stingy with fish, and low tide even more so. Points down the beach to a lonely wreck strung with a few scrawny fish. Oh, so they're all hungry, I guess. As that we could steal them. But I think we won't, right? Everything looks better. That's what my first thing I see here. I can't make it out, but it looks better. Maybe it's because of the weather effects.
I've got it.
Or our koiki fruit is missing. Oh, yeah. No lockpicks required. We could open this up. I don't know. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, and he's suspected to had to have eaten the koiki fruit. Let's talk to Mukumu. Not as long this time. I guess most of you know the first thing I did there. So it could be the start. I'm not sure about it, but it's testing for the beta mainly. Or will you let good food rot? Yeah, we're going to limit the roleplay here to choosing many answers after our character. Because I've played this already, and quite a couple of the viewers will have seen all of that, so we don't want to repeat. So Tamao says, we all hunger, and he's suspected to take the koiki fruit, but he hasn't. Any other Roparu has worked 10 times in a day. He's accusing him, and yeah. Hello, Mukumu. Yeah, we visit Tikawara in hungry times. And what do you make of this hagfish? Will Tamao confess if I tighten the ropes? So he's torturing him. You know you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. He blinks momentarily perplexed. Peko caught this wretch stealing the last of the koiki fruit. The tribe was to feast on it for a harvest ceremony. I stole no koiki, but I wish I had. I've hid it somewhere most unpleasant. He bares his teeth in a defiant grin. You hear, this is a second chance we give, and Tamao shows it in our faces. He didn't do that. I'm pretty sure that's just rich versus poor. But we'll have to find out. What say you, Tamao? He wants to have them also, but he hasn't taken the koiki fruit. He's done this before, lied and stolen Ekera. And that's one of the sayings they say often. Not one person, so he's a pretty bad person in general. We would have eaten the last of the koiki as a tribe. Yeah, that is ceremonial, of course. Now this cannot happen. Our harvest fails because this one puts his empty stomach higher than the gods. Isn't it traditional to eat the whole fruit, seeds and all? Yeah, that's... Gods or no, harvests fail all the time. Say nothing. Yeah, we're stoic. Let's say nothing. Kohopa will see to it that Tamau's next life has him crawling on his empty belly as the snake he is. Make things better if I had some spare koiki fruit on hand. I say missing food is not the problem. Tamau betrays the tribe, dishonors the Roparu, denies all of us Kohapa's mercy. And what is to be done? Peko's word is enough to give Tamau over to the waves. Better to drown as an innocent man than starve with you fools. Justice does not fill our stomachs or our hearts. It brings the gods no closer to ending this famine. Yeah, maybe we'll ask him that. Whisper a good word in your Ranga's ear, and I'll consider it. Kara, you would do this? I say our Ranga will dedicate the feast of the last koiki to your name. Claps you on the shoulder, leaving Tamau all but forgotten. I will not always be stoic, that would be boring too. Till the koiki is found, I'll delight in prodding this stubborn eel for answers. Oh my god. Free to question me in your custom, I say, and Pekaho he tarries often by the beach. Like to know about the village. And Nairi. Yeah, let's talk to him too. To watch me shrivel up in the sun, yeah, that would be great. So you stole the koikis. If only my brain and belly had coordinated, I say I would have tried sooner. Yeah, what's your side of the story? So he was skulking there, but he didn't take them. Think of anyone else? It's that the Ruparu share one empty stomach. Blame any of them, I say. Tribe dries me out like jockey because I'm hated, not because I'm a koiki thief. And I've seen better days than this. Yeah, he's a pretty bad person in general. You don't want to know him, but he's not that kind of criminal then.
Yeah.
I'm making this short because a lot of the viewers have already seen it.
Why not?
You need something? Mukamu says you caught Tamau stealing koiki. Ekara! He pauses and stares at you with wide eyes. Tamau was creeping around the drying hut, where we stored koiki for the ceremony north of our Ranga's home. Tips his head to gesture away, holding your eye contact all the while. I grabbed Tamau by the wrist and dragged him to Mukamu. We found all the koiki were gone. Snake brought this on himself, I say. Now Mukamu will deliver him to Tangaloa's Mo, where he belongs. I'm sorry, I had to drink something. Did you actually see Tamau with any koiki? Kara, it is as I said. Tamau was near the koiki hut. Stuffing his face, I say, and if he will not admit it in this life, he'll pay in the next one. Can you think of anything that might help me find the koiki? Shakes his head, his eyes turning downcast. I know that Mukumu wished to give the fruit to Nugati, the prayer to pull back her furious storms. To the trickster goddess. Actually, Mukumu told me the koiki were for a harvest ritual. He opens his mouth to retort, but closes it and hangs his head. It is said the gods piss on the souls of liars before sending them back to Eorai's krill. Tamau stole no koiki. Kopa must have made Tamau from sand lice, because he gives nothing to the tribe, only ticks. I'd see why you want him out of the way, yeah, but I suppose I'll decide what to do with this information. Tamau is as innocent as a skulking tide pool worm. Peko spits forcefully to the ground. He hates the tribe. Pity and charity fill his belly and shell pouch. He has not strained a muscle to serve anyone but himself. And this does not bring the koiki back to the drying hut, but it will help to heal the tribe. Mukumu accept your retraction without koiki to prove it? No, he wants the koiki and the guilty, so do we all, I say. Cannot say if the true thief covered their tracks since Mukumu never looked for clues. The drying hut Ekera and these sandals, this is where I would look. Is It's a drying hut.
I'll handle this.
It's the rack for stealing. We could let them out, but that wouldn't be nice, right? Let's go to the trading post. Filthy lizards. Even here I always smell them.
I got it.
The Lagufath. Who are you, stranger? An outsider in Tikawara? Oh, you look good. I'm Adnan, captain of the Defiant. Captain, so downwind of the island you would have moved on, I say. I tell Rangaruanu that the stench of Tikawara will drive away friend and outsider alike. Do you smell it? Smell the air. For Lagufath, their odor suggests they're young, still hatchlings and in distress. The words of a skilled hunter. She nods, impressed. There's no food on this barren island that those monsters do not steal. Always they circle our village, looking for weakness. I push the cage with the young one's father toward the beach. I smell them even here. It's no wonder they come here when the beach smells like a Lagufath hatchery. Better to keep them under our thumb than sharpening blow darts, I say. A week ago I tracked the fish to Hohina Ravine, so I challenged the Mataru to a hunting competition. My mother's belt for the broodmother's head. Grinning, she thumbs the hide belt slung across her waist. It's not every day that newcomers land on our beaches. What say you show me how outsiders deal with the Lagufath? What's that, diplomatic? I don't know. I'll consider it. Keep your eyes and ears open. Brood is daring when the mothers close. I'll have that fishwoman's head mounted in my hut before long. What are you doing with this shipwreck? The Ranga wanted a trading post. He said it will bring more Valians like the sweaty dwarf. Then they will bring food and supplies and their sweaty money. What's wrong with that? Always I stand here. This is no job for the Mataru. So she's one of the upper class. We hunt, fight, and lead. So why aren't you hunting or fighting? What is there to hunt on this heap of rock and moss? No game, only Lagufath skulking in the Hohina Ravine. Even the antelope know this is no fit home. The grasses are thin and the trees are like a child's bones, small and soft. Even to build this we must hike up the mountain for wood. Thank you and farewell. Make a short pause here.